The scent of spiced oils and simmering stew filled the kitchen of the Starhaven Diner, a humble food stall floating above the trade world of Bellaxis Prime. Humanity's first interspecies restaurant, and probably the most chaotic. Owner and head chef, Marcus Red, had a reputation. He was a loud, broad-shouldered Terran with a beard that looked like it could catch sparks and a heart too big for his own good. Most alien traders loved him. A few feared him. None dared cheat him. Not after that one time he tossed a six-armed ware merchant through a table for shorting him on flour. But today, something was off. The usually bright laughter of his kitchen had gone still. The clatter of utensils, the hiss of steam, all of it muffled under a strange tension. His new assistant, a fragile-looking alien woman named Lyra, stood by the sink, quietly washing vegetables. Her lavender skin shimmered under the kitchen light, but something about her seemed dimmed, as though someone had turned down her soul. Marcus frowned. She'd been working here for 2 weeks. Came from the Valerie system, refugees, mostly. Her people were known for their gentle voices and grace. They cooked like angels. But Lyra was skittish, like a bird waiting for a blow. She flinched whenever he raised his voice, even in laughter. When she lifted a pot, he saw the edge of her sleeve right up, just enough for him to notice it. Dark bruises, purple-black, coiled up her delicate arm like a cruel vine. Marcus froze. The spoon in his hand clanged against the counter. "Lyra," he said softly, trying not to startle her. "You okay there?" She jolted, nearly dropping the pot. Yes, chef. I am fine." Her voice trembled, as if she were reciting lines she'd been forced to memorize. "Fine," he repeated, "because you look like you took a beating." Her eyes, wide, silver pink, and glistening, darted toward the back door, where a shadow lingered. Marcus turned just in time to see it, a towering gray-skinned customer in a merchant's cloak, glaring in from the alley. Lyra's hand shook. "Please," she whispered, "do not make trouble. He'll take me back." Marcus's blood went cold. "Take you back?" "He owns my debt," she said quietly. "I work to pay what I owe. That is the deal." "Slavery," Marcus muttered. "That's what that is." She tried to smile, a pitiful, hopeless thing. In the Valerie Accord, debt servitude is legal. You can't. But Marcus was already walking toward the back door. The alley behind Starhaven Diner reeked of coolant and old trash. The merchant waited there, his gray eyes gleaming with malice. He was a Zarn trader, a race infamous for trafficking laborers. "You're the one holding Lyra's debt?" Marcus asked, voice low. "I own her," the Zarn hissed. "And you'd better remember that, human. She's property until the contract ends." Marcus stepped closer. "You lay a hand on her again, and you'll be breathing through a straw." The Zarn smirked. "Careful, Terran. You're on Bellaxis. Humans don't have much say here." Marcus's fist moved before his mind caught up. The Zarn hit the wall so hard his translator necklace cracked. Marcus leaned in close, growling, "She's under my roof now. You touch her again, I'll feed you to your own cargo hold." When Marcus came back inside, Lyra was trembling. You shouldn't have done that," she whispered. "He'll come back. They always do." "Let him," Marcus said simply. "He'll find more than soup waiting for him next time." But he saw the fear in her eyes didn't fade. So he softened his tone. "Look, kid, you're safe here. You're part of my crew now. And no one hurts my crew." For the first time, she smiled. A small, fragile thing, but real. Days passed. The Starhaven Diner thrived as word spread, not just of its food, but of the strange human who protected his alien workers like family. Lyra cooked beside him, every day, her confidence blooming like a flower. Her bruises began to fade. Her laugh, soft and musical, returned. But Marcus knew peace wouldn't last. One night, after closing, the sound of heavy boots echoed outside. The front door hissed open, and 6 Zarn enforcers marched in. Behind them, the merchant, now bandaged but grinning. Marcus read, he sneered. You struck a licensed trader. You violated trade law. The girl comes with us. Marcus didn't move. He just crossed his arms, eyes like fire. You're not taking her. She is property. She's family. The Zarn gestured, and his enforcers drew shock rifles. Lyra cried out, Please, don't fight them, chef. Marcus smiled grimly. Don't worry, Lyra. I'm not gonna fight. Then he pressed the emergency button under the counter. A shrill alarm blared. Within moments, the diner's comms lit up. The Galactic Labor Authority, the Human Embassy, and half the media grid were on the line. Marcus had prepared this the day after seeing her bruises. He'd recorded everything. The bruises, her confession, the threats. The whole galaxy would see it. On the main screen behind the counter, the footage played for every camera drone in orbit. The trembling voice of a Valerie slave admitting she was beaten, owned, and sold on a planet that claimed to be civilized. The Zarn smugness curdled into horror. Within hours, the feed spread system-wide. The story hit every news outlet. Human chef exposes galactic slavery on Belaxis Prime. Terran restaurant owner sparks anti-trafficking revolution. Protests erupted. Trade councils were forced to act. The Valerie Accord was dragged into the spotlight. Marcus's diner became the epicenter of a movement. A week later, the doorbell chimed again, but this time it wasn't soldiers. It was the Galactic Ambassador herself, flanked by cameras. Marcus read, she said, You've started something extraordinary. The Council has voted to abolish debt servitude across all Alliance worlds. You've shaken the galaxy, human. Marcus just shrugged. I just noticed bruises on my cook. Lyra stood behind him, eyes glistening. She wore a new apron, spotless, her head held high. No chains, no fear. The ambassador smiled. And now she's free. Lyra stepped forward, trembling. Chef, Marcus, I do not know how to thank you. Don't have to, he said gently. Just keep making that stew the way you do. That's thanks enough. But she shook her head. No. You saved my life. You saved many lives. I will cook for you until my last breath. Marcus chuckled. Deal. Months passed. Starhaven Diner became more than a restaurant. It became a sanctuary. Refugees from across the stars arrived seeking work, safety, and belonging. Humans, Valerie, even former Zarn slaves. Every meal was cooked with laughter, music, and hope. And every visitor who came through those doors left knowing one truth the galaxy had forgotten, a truth written on the sign Marcus nailed above the entrance himself. No one here is property. Everyone here is family. One evening, as Marcus cleaned the counters, Lyra approached him holding a data pad. Chef, she said softly, there's a message for you. He frowned, taking it. It was from the Galactic Council. Invitation. Address the United Systems on the ethics of labor. We wish to honor you. Marcus blinked. Honor me? I'm just a cook. Lyra smiled. Perhaps. But sometimes the simplest acts, she touched her arm where the bruises had once been, make the loudest echoes. He looked at her, at all of them, laughing, serving food, living free. And he realized she was right. All right, he sighed, setting down his rag. Guess it's time this old cook taught the galaxy what decency looks like. When Marcus stepped onto the grand stage of the Galactic Assembly weeks later, billions watched. He didn't wear robes or armor, just a stained apron. "Folks," he began, his rough Terran accent echoing through the hall, "I didn't mean to start a revolution. I just saw someone being hurt and couldn't walk away. Maybe that's what being human means. Maybe that's what being decent means." Silence filled the chamber. Then applause, thunderous, unified, endless. Lyra watched from the front row, tears streaming down her silver eyes. The galaxy would never be the same. Back on Bellaxis, as the twin suns set behind the diner's windows, Marcus returned to his kitchen, his kingdom of sizzling pots and warm light. Lyra greeted him with a steaming bowl of stew. "What's this?" he asked. "Freedom soup," she said with a grin. "Extra spicy. Just the way you like it." He laughed, taking a spoonful. "Tastes like victory." Outside, the hollow sign flickered in the evening breeze. Starhaven Diner, where humanity begins with kindness. And for the first time in galactic history, kindness had indeed shaken the stars.